To feeling at home in our body. Take a few deep breaths. Just notice if you were to say to yourself, I feel at home in my body, what does that feel like? It's such a funny thing to say in a way because our bodies are so familiar. Let's start with a little relaxation and some breathing, and then we'll go into some more inquiry questions. And notice the whole, notice the whole of your back body. And as you're paying attention through the back of your body, notice if there's anything that could be softened. Oftentimes, we're tension in the back of our body, our neck, shoulders. Move that around a bit. Notice what happens as you take a few deeper breaths as well. Can you feel that into your back? Most of the movement in our body when we breathe is the stomach area. Or if we're breathing more in the chest, it's up in the chest. But also when we breathe in deeply, we can feel that it's like the rib cage kind of expands out. It's not really so much the stomach's going out, it's the whole rib cage expands as the diaphragm muscle moves. So notice if you breathe deeply, can you feel that opening up the ribs in the front as well as the sides as well as the back? And is that a familiar feeling? Is it something that you don't generally pay attention to much? To feel like, oh, those little muscles haven't been stretched and relaxed for a while. Part of feeling at home in our body is familiarity. Is it something that we're used to? And notice the back of your shoulder joints from the back of your neck down through the sides of your neck, top and the back of your shoulder joints, the back of your arms and hands. And always to feel free to move or stretch. We're just kind of arriving, noticing what's in our bodies right now. Notice the back of your legs. So from your upper back through your mid and lower back, under and behind the pelvic floor, hip joints down through the back of your legs. Notice that area behind your knees, calves, behind your ankles, your heels. And notice if you could let your body be a little bit more supported. It might mean changing your position. It might mean kind of letting yourself really kind of sink into the support that's here. And notice how happy or unhappy your body is about being still. If we have a lot of anxiety in our body or in the thoughts in the mind, we're going to want to move probably. Notice if your body's happy to be still, your arms and your legs in particular. And does that feel familiar? If your arms and legs are feeling restless, is that what kind of usual in your body? Is it kind of unusual right now? Is it something that feels familiar, even though you might not be noticing that a lot? And then bring your attention to the whole front of your body, forehead and eyebrows, mouth and jaw. Notice your whole face. Down through your throat, chest, your belly. And notice your response if you were to say, I feel at home in my body. What are the thoughts in your mind that come up when you say that? And if you were to change the wording a little bit and say something like, I trust my body, notice if there's a response to that. And there might be some details like, I trust my body to take me for walks. I trust my body to not get sick. I trust my body to, what is it? It's just kind of as a overall, I trust my body. You can notice some of the specifics, but also notice just generally, what's your sense of that? Does that feel true? Yeah, I do trust my body. Or, well, that's kind of weird. I haven't really thought about that. Just notice what your experience is for the next few minutes. I trust my body. And notice again the familiarity. If you were to say, I know my body, what's your response to that? Is there an energy or a sensation? Are there thoughts coming in? I know my body. My body's not a mystery to me. It's familiar. And stay connected with your whole body and with your breath. Let your breath be an anchor. It could be somewhere on the continuum of I'm disconnected or I'm connected. I'm confused by my body. The other end of that might be I understand my body. I know my body. What are some of the elements of your relationship with your body? And notice the details too. You know your body really well on a physical level, but you're a little bit less familiar with the energy, the sensations, the subtle body. What comes to mind when you say my body? What do you think of? And notice if you were to say, my body knows that I try to take care of it. If there's any argument around that, or if it feels, does that feel true? My body trusts me to take care of it. That one's a little bit more difficult. Notice if there's any energy comes up, any sensation, any thoughts in the mind. My body trusts me to take care of it, to pay attention, to know it. And this can be quite difficult if we feel disconnected from our body. There's no right or wrong answers here. I'm pretty sure nobody does this perfectly. You could look at, I'm pretty relaxed around my body. I feel like I have a good relationship with my body, or I know my body. My body doesn't really make me anxious, like there's a big surprise waiting. My body's not a mystery to me. Whatever your answers are, just to stay with your breath, stay engaged with this process of paying attention in the body. Witnessing the thoughts in the mind as well as the body sensations. And notice as well if anything has changed. Is your body more relaxed? Is it more in your awareness? Is it less? Over this last 15 minutes, what's the change? Did anything surprise you? Just notice if there's anything else that you need to tune into. A few deeper breaths again. I know my body. I'm at home in my body. And there's no expectation that that's going to feel completely true. We're just looking to see what's here.